I am freaking out. Hi travellers, I'm Anne's daughter Laleko, and welcome back to my channel where I put videos out every week helping enhance your travel adventures. So now that I'm living in Australia, I wanted to talk about financial reverse culture shock. And you're like, what? Normally one would talk about reverse culture shock having lived in China. Please see a playlist that I'm going to link in the description box below of what it's like living in China as a foreigner. But now, being back in English speaking world, you know, it should be fantastic. And of course there's a lot of going, oh, this is what it's like now. Grrr, the internet's still rubbish. And so much of my life gets wasted waiting for NBN to connect me to a website. Oh my goodness, I digress. I feel like I'm in reverse financial culture shock rather than just culture shock as a whole, because yes, I have previously lived in Australia. It's the finances. You know, it's so easy to live in China, it's so cheap to live in China. Please check out my video on eating cheaply in China, and as well my budgeting video of how I budget the month using the cash envelope system. I'll link those in the description box below. But here I'm just like, what? Stuff costs so much. Going to the supermarket, I can't seem to leave the grocery store without spending $30. I'm like, what? This is, and I've got nothing to show for it, really. I just got my credit card bill in the mail today. Well, it's not a bill because I have zero balance. My minimum monthly payment is zero, so I'm one of those people that does pay off their credit card before the due date. But I'm just looking at all these transactions listed here going, so I went out for lunch and it cost $19. Going to the grocery store, yeah, $33.59. I was close. Another day later, $48.76. I've moved into a house where there are already people living in it. I'm just renting one of the rooms. I really prefer that. I love living with other people. Having been living by myself in China, this is wonderful to get back to being able to interact with people, and it means that when it comes to the dishes that I can't just go, I'll do it in the morning. No, I've got to be considerate of other people. I'm so fortunate that my flatmate is so fantastic. It's like I had to buy sheets when I first came here. I had to buy a car when I came here. Because I'm living in a regional area, then you need a car. This is not a city. Public transport is not that great at all. In fact, stores aren't even open. Like the very first day I arrived, the supermarket was closed by 7 p.m. and I arrived in just before 8, I think. And I'm like, what? There's not a store open in the entire place. But yes, everything costs a lot, and yeah, having gone from living in China where I didn't pay bills, I didn't even have a phone bill because the company was so nice to be able to give me one, even just having bills, it's just something to consider when you are coming back to the real world, depending on how you define the bubble in which that you live. But to me, I have definitely been freaking out to friends going, oh my goodness, life costs so much. And yeah, just having not had those kind of expenses, like what transport did I really have? Oh, when I catch a cab occasionally, but for the most part I was on my e-bike. So it's very different indeed. And my credit card expenses are a testament to that. Even just going to the pub, which has been so nice. We've been going to trivia on Tuesday nights, which is so lovely. But I'm here now. This is part of it, but I am freaking out. And it's just a shock to the system. Having to remember, this is how much stuff costs. This is what it's like to live in a Western country again. And yeah, so much of my salary is spoken for in a way that it wasn't living in China. How do I feel about that? At the moment, not great. Financial culture shock. That's the only way I can think to describe what I'm going through. I'm fortunate that I do save some of my salary. How have you managed? In your experiences when you've returned, whether it's to your home country or to another one, where suddenly you're like, oh my goodness, stuff costs. Certainly in this first month, it seems like I'm bleeding money. That's just what it feels like, but hopefully it will get better. I'm just not sure at the moment. Have I made the right choice? Should I have stayed in China?